people? Welcome back to the channel. It's Tuesday. We're doing that Tuesday market watch. Still a little bit far behind. I was unfortunately not able to get all the homies together to be able to do the Yu-Gi-Oh! Commander series. That will be coming up very soon once everyone has the time to come over. So that'll probably be hopefully next week. But right now we are getting back into the grind, back into the regular videos. We got market watch. Let's go ahead and get into this. Starting off with Garua Wings of Resident Life. To be honest, this one right here was a card that came out, went crazy. People were like, "Oh, I need it." It got its reprint, cooled down, and then immediately after just skyrocketed because no one because there wasn't much value in the 2023 tins. Of course, Yu-Gi-Oh! Plays this course, Garua falls out the meta, and now it kind of becomes like a $5, $6, $7 card. Now that we have Yubel in the meta, we have a complete skyrocket. You got the Ultra right here for $17 and the Prismatic here for $15. Let's go ahead and just look at the Prismatic real quick. This is probably the more budget option. You got right here 170 copies for $16.73, and then after this one you got the $15.74 with the $1 shipping. We're looking at about $16 for this card. We're looking at about $16 to $18 for Garua. Pretty much like if you were like, I just need one copy, if you were just like whatever, it's kind of similar to me where I thought I was only gonna need one copy. No, if you're planning to run any kind of Yubel or going second strategy, right now Garua is extremely good if you're either running Yubel because you need Super Poly, or if you're just trying to go second and break boards. Garua is one of the better cards for you to choose. So right now, seeing Garua here at that almost $20 price point, you got 17 for this version, maybe 18 for the ultra rare version. I would, like I said, if you have these and don't need it, get rid of them. But if you're planning on using this, I would hold on to it and be able to offload. Not offload, but I would hold on to them because I really don't see when these cards could get another reprint, although we could get it in the next Battles of Legend. Earth Golem Adagnister. This is a card out of nowhere for me personally. Was kind of, I want to say skyrocketed, but I didn't know this card was going for so much, and it's obviously because it's a super poly target. That's going to be a bit of the theme right now for this market watch. Is going to be mostly super poly targets, talk about a few other stuff. But right now, if you're trying to get this card, if you don't have it in your bulk, you're paying a hefty price. We got like $355, $372 with the $122 shipping. So we're looking at about almost $5 for this card, including the shipping. If you get it from some of your locals, they might be willing to get rid of it for like maybe $4. But to be honest, this card is really good at breaking those. Like if you have like Access Code Talker, if you're running any kind of Link Karibo or Almirage, any of that automatically opens up just a huge window to interrupt your opponent, especially because there's a lot of OTKs using Link monsters. So the second you put a Cyberse on there, like I'm pretty sure if you're trying to do the OTK with the Rage with the Salamangrite Phoenix and the World Dragon Zelantis, this is an automatic turn ender for that because it gets rid of the main cards that they kind of need to do the combo. So this right here does completely make sense that it is going in that $5 range. Starving Venom Fusion Dragon is a card that the only versions that are going up are the higher rarities. So the original Secret Rare, that's going for about $6. The Secret for the Mega Pack's going for about $4. Then the Ultra Rare, which is the one that I want to focus on, the other ones are going for about 30 to 25 cents. So you don't really got to worry about this kind of going crazy. But if you have Ultra Rare, Secret Rare version of this card and you kind of want to trade it to get some more value, I would just go to do it sooner rather than later, because right now with Super Poly kind of going up and everyone kind of focusing on that on Yubel, people that want to run it and people that want to run against it, people are looking into this card right now. So you got the near mint first hit for $243. Like this one right here is the $1 for the Korean. Then right after that you got $215, $243. We're looking at about $3 for the ultra rare version of this card. And the two secret rares, mind you, are in the $4, $5, $6, $7 range. So right now you're looking at about $2 for the ultra rare version, about 3 to 4 for the secret rare reprint, and then 6 to 7 for the original. You do have the super rare that's going for about, this is about 50 cents. You got the 2 commons that are going for about 30 to 25 cents. Maybe I might look into those, you know, kind of look for more stuff. But even the super rare right here, right after you get this damage version, you got $1 for the light play, 124 for light play. You're essentially looking at a $1 to $2 card for this card. So, you know, do not sleep on this. This card is going up. If you like what we do here, please feel free to like and subscribe. We are trying to get a 500 subscribers. We got a special giveaway plan when we get there. We got a special tournament that I want to sponsor when we get a 500. So many cool things will happen when we get a 500. Help us get there. So Mud Dragon of the Swamp is another card that I want to talk about. This right here is extremely cheap. So I'm not here saying, oh, you got to get it, it's going up. No. What I want to say is people are so concentrated on not leaving a bunch of darks, not getting set up for Garua, not getting set up for that one fusion that's like a dragon and a warrior. Not a lot of people are kind of realizing that there are so many different freaking choices you could do when you're running Super Poly. One of the best choices is Mud Dragon the Swamp. This was Garua before Garua, and to be honest, like a lot of people would try to kind of like make sure they wouldn't play into this. Now it's kind of hard to play around Super Poly, especially with all of the crazy targets. So the one that I kind of want to focus on isn't really the lower rarities, because you get those for like 25 cents. I want to focus on the quarter century rare. The quarter century rare is going for $18.97 with a shipping included, so we're looking at about like $19. We're looking about like $18 to $19, but once that one's gone, we're looking about $20. So this is a $20 card once that first one is gone, and I kind of feel like this could slowly start to creep up, especially with like people kind of getting more interested in Super Poly. So I kind of keep this on the back burner, kind of like keep it on the lookout. Blaze Phoenix, the Burning Bombardment Bird. This right here is a card that like people kind of just don't think about. A lot of people kind of forget it exists. I forgot it exists. I pulled out a whole bunch of copies from my bulk because I noticed that people were using this not only as a Super Poly target, but as a burn option. This right here has the ability. So first of all, maybe if you run either a machine deck, maybe you run Cyber Dragon, or maybe if you feel like there's machines kind of incorporated in certain strategies, this is one machine and one power type monster, so you can use it to break your opponent's board depending on, you know, like what's kind of there. But for the most part, a lot of people are kind of just using it for the effect of you can inflict 300 damage to your opponent for each card on the field. So I have seen people kind of using different strategies to get a lot of cards on the field and summon 3 of these Blaze Phoenix and just burn their opponent for game. That's kind of something that happens mostly on Master Duel, but I do see it kind of coming to the TCG. This has 1 printing, and if you kind of have your copy, I'd be a little wary, because right now the mono replayed is like $2.19, light play $2.24. At any moment this could kind of shoot up to like $3, $4, $5, even $10 if a burn deck comes out that's competent and this card still has its 1 printing. So if you have these, I'll kind of keep an eye on them. Maybe post them if he wants a quick value. If not, maybe that could be a potential card to kind of start going up. Number 33, Konamali Machu Mech. This is another card that is mostly used in Master Duel to kind of facilitate toxic just OTK strategies, but I do slowly see these coming into the meta. You do have an ultimate rare version, which is kind of going a little bit higher, but right now light play first at $11.50, light play unlived $11, light play first at $11.74. You're looking at about $12 to $13 for this card. This right here, to be honest, it hasn't had kind of too much movement. A lot of people were kind of like, you know, kind of shying away from it, but at any moment, like if we get into a meta where it's not as strong, or maybe people just don't feel they need to run hand traps and this and that, I feel like either number 33 or Blaze Phoenix can come out and become an extremely crazy card that people are using to FTK opponents. And the last card I want to talk about is number 90, Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord. You have the original holding that $30 price point. It was like $45, damn near $90 at one point. Just had this 1 printing. It's going crazy, and now it is, I wouldn't say fall from grace, but it has basically kind of been put in its place, because this is still a good card. I'm not gonna say it's not a good card. It still has its uses, but it isn't like back like a year ago when everyone was clamoring to kind of like summon it. A lot of people kind of like have kind of fallen off this card and realize that there's a lot more to Yu-Gi-Oh than just kind of, you know, just kind of rely on some of this, you know, kind of rely on some of this stuff. That combined with its recent reprint has just completely tanked the price. You got right here $11.75, $11.98. We're looking at about $12 for this card. To be honest, I did pull a couple copies, so maybe I'm probably going to post these to get a little bit of value out of it. But for the most part, I do feel like unless the same environment comes back to where people just are clamoring for number 90, they're clamoring for that rank 8 engine, I really feel like this card isn't going to see too much play, especially now that it has its reprint and people really, you know, like maybe it might kind of go back up to like $15, but I don't really see it going back to that $90 range. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Peace out, and I'll catch you in the next